What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. Time Trial 2004 deck profile for you guys. The idea with this list specifically is that before we go any further with the extra deck, you guys might be wondering, how are we going to fetch out even higher level monsters when we don't have certain levels like the level 8s, the 7s, and so on? The idea is we have stuff like Change of Heart and Autonomous Action Unit, so that way you can just outright metamorphosis and turn it into these higher level monsters. But nonetheless, it's usually be Banish Turbo, and one of my guys suggested to try out this list, and I said to myself, it's a pretty good list. It's just the only changes I made out of this would be the third Mobius. Instead of that, it's Scapegoat. And Scapegoat, Metamorph, or Metamorphosis line, for the sake of Restrict, that play comes in clutch a lot. But otherwise, these are literally the only changes I made. But this deck list was originally made by one of my guys that I had a talk with all the time. So Quinn, shout out to you on that one. But nevertheless, deck profile for you guys in the Time Trial 2004. Injection Fairy Lily, just the one. 2 Marauding Captain. 3 Spear Reaper. Spear Reaper comes up clutch in terms of hand looping 1 by 1, nothing more, nothing less. And then Exile Force, Breaker the Magical Warrior, Tribe Infecting Virus, 2 Air Knight Parshads. This card comes up in terms of drawing cards. Jinzo, this card, MVP, no questions asked. And then 2 Mobius, not 3, because this card comes up clutch in terms of being extra conservative for that matter. And then the Banish Turbo cards, the DD Squad, 2 Warriors, 3 Assailants, and 2 Warrior Lady. Warrior Lady is MVP in terms of dealing with bigger monsters, in terms of if they floodgate you, Warrior Lady it out off from Rhoda, so that way you don't have to worry about this issue. And then speaking of Rhoda, the glossed out alt art, you know what it is. Along with the card destruction, Change of Heart, 2 Noblemen of Crossouts, 3 Metamorphosis, 1 Autonomous Action Unit. This card comes up, I believe, 1 time, and it's for the sake of tribute fodder, and it puts in tons of work. Scapegoat for the level 1 Metamorphosis line, aka Thousand Eyes Restrict, and that play comes up once, and it did its job. MST, that's basically all for spells. No Pot of Greed, no Heavy Storm, because for one, about the Pot of Greed, I was out of UR chips for that matter. And then no Heavy Storm specifically because I rather didn't see the point in which most of my games, if not all of them, tend to be way too conservative, as in not to set multiple back row, unless if they have judgments. So I opted not to have Heavy Storm in this main deck, because if for some reason you can't capitalize in terms of Heavy Storm wipeouts, then that one board breaker is not going to do any mess for you. And if for some reason they have judgments to prepare, which they always do, that same Heavy Storm is not going to get cut for you. So I opted not to play Heavy Storm. And then trap lineup, Ring of Destruction, Call of the Haunted, 3 Raigeki Break, 3 Solemn Judgment. And then nothing more, nothing less on the extra deck in terms of Dark Paladin, Saint Joan, The Last Warrior from Another Planet, 2 Ryu Senshis, courtesy of Jinzo and Mobius, with the Metamorphosis. Fiend Skull Dragon, Dark Balter the Terrible, Carbonella Warrior, and 3 copies of Thousand Eyes Restrict. This has been James Polk with the Time Trial 2004 deck list. And with that being said, let us give us a unique, proper showcase with that said deck. And of course, in 2004, the draw one, in terms of going first, is always a factor. So start off fresh, Pot of Greed. Set 2, Fusiler Dragon, the Dual Mode Beast. Free normals or set without tributing, but if it were to do so, its original attack and defense gets cut in half. Change your heart. Tribute for Jinzo. 24 beats and pass. Change your heart. Premature Burial, reviving Fusiler, and because it's a new monster, its stats go back to normal. 24, 28, that's 52 at 28. MST, the Premature, normal to Spirit Reaper, 24, 300, Hand Rip, Nobleman of Crossout. And then opponent scoops away the matchup. Horus Control. So you have 3 Luster Dragon, 3 Magician of Faith, 3 Horus Servant, Twin-Headed Behemoth, Breaker, Tribe Infecting Virus, 3 Horus level 4, 3 Horus level 6, 3 Fusiler Dragons, 1 Horus level 8, 3 Royal Decree, Caller the Haunted, and then spell lineup: My Body as a Shield, MST, Scapegoat, Premature Burial, Snatch Steel, Level Up, Pot of Greed, Change of Heart, Heavy Storm, 2 Noblemen of Crossout, 3 Metamorphosis, and then of course the extra that consists of King Dragoon, Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, and Thousand Eyes Restrict. And this next matchup, with this hand drawing into Rhoda, set a monster, set a back row, and pass. Enraged Battle Locks for the sake of piercing. Raigeki Break. Kill off Enraged. Tribute for Jinzo. Oh no, Offerings to the Doomed. As a quick play spell, target 1 face-up monster anywhere on the field, kill it, also skip your next draw phase. Pharaoh's Treasure. Shuffle this, of course. if you somehow draw into this, in terms of once being added to the deck, if you somehow draw into this, send it to the graveyard, then target one card in your graveyard that isn't Pharaoh's treasure, add it back to your hand. Back to the deck it goes, and now we wait to see if Pharaoh's treasure comes up throughout the whole entire duel. Rhoda? Cool. Getting DD Assailant, normal it up, bottomless trap hole, and pass. Set 1 and pass. Marauding Captain, swing for 12 and pass. Set 1 and pass. Normal summon Marauding Captain, both 12 apiece, so 24, and pass. Set 1 and pass. $12 apiece and pass. Secret Barrel, take the 1200 damage, set 1 and pass. $12. Enemy Controller, switch Marauding Captain to defense. And speaking of which, about Enemy Controller, shoutouts to the ABC Union support with the Enemy Controller in terms of the Esque card. Enemy Controller Esque card as an actual monster based. Set 1 and pass. Tribute for Mobius. There's the Solemn Judgment. Offerings to the Doom. Killing Marauding Captain. Set 2 card destruction. The fixed hand is Mobius, Solemn Judgment. Dust Tornado on Change of Heart. Dust Tornado on Metamorphosis. Good thing he didn't hit that last set card. Top decks DD Warrior Lady. Solemn Judgment. Judgment my opponent back. And that is GG's. Three 4-starred Ladybug of Doom, 3 Enraged Battlelocks, DD Assailant. That's pretty much it for monsters? Wow. Spells. Card Destruction, Malevolent Nuzzler, Mage Power, Gaia Power, 3 Chain Energy, 1 Dark Door, 3 Offerings to the Doomed, 3 Book of Moon, 3 Enemy Controller. Traps, Just Desserts, 3 Dust Tornado, Torrential Tribute, 2 Bottomless Trap Holes, 3 Pharaoh's Treasure, 1 Pineapple Blast, 3 Secret Barrel, 2 Solemn Judgment. And last but not least for this feature matchup before we go any further. Okay, looks like Banish Turbo as it seems. 1 Mystic Swordsman level 2. 3 DD Warriors. 1 Exile Force. 1 Breaker. Tribe Infecting Virus. 3 DD Warrior Ladies. 3 Berserk Gorilla. 3 DD Assailants. Spell lineup: Pot of Greed, Heavy Storm, 2 Noblemen of Crossouts, 2 Rhoda, 2 Smashing Ground, Snatch Steel, MST. Traps: 2 Dust Tornado, Ring of Destruction, Torrential Tribute, Magic Cylinder, 2 Sakuretsu Armor, Sakuretsu Armor, 2 Return from the Different Dimension, 2 Solemn Judgment, 2 Magic Drain, Call of the Haunted. And last but not least, with this hand, this is beyond broke. So set 1 and pass. See what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? When it comes to 1 back row set and nothing else, this is why you always hold on to that 1 MST and that 1 Heavy Storm until the proper time is right. If you use it too early, you're pretty much in a pretty bad position. Scapegoat. Mystic Swordsman level 2. Swing over the blue goat and pass. Metamorphosis for 1,000 eyes restrict, 1,000 eyes absorb, tribute for Air Knight Parse Shaft, swing for 19, draw 1 into Marauding Captain, and pass. Normal Exile Force set to swing over Orange Goat and pass. Action Unit taking Swordsman level 2, tribute for Mobius, taking down Dust and Sakuretsu, take the 900 damage, draw 1 into Injection Lily, Mobius 24, and pass. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you create the most perfect concoction deck list for the sake of the feature matchups. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. Also, if you are a brand new or returning Master Duel player after 1 full month of missing gameplay, be sure to use my campaign code in the description below so we can gather more prizes throughout the campaign content for the future. Catch you guys next time.